Good afternoon and welcome to the Friday edition of the show. It is the last for the week, and thank you for making your Friday with us, especially joining us all through the week. I'm Samson Olede, and this is the arena. It's all about trials for the for the World Championships coming up later this year, and the big one, the shocker, right there on your screen as you can see, Sha'Carri Richardson, the sixth fastest woman in the history of athletics, will not be making it to the World Championship in terms of the 100 meters event itself. She can still make it to the World Championship for the 200 meters, but when it comes to the 100 meters, she won't be able to make it as she's finished a distant fifth in her heat, the round one. In fact, it was a dismal performance for from the sixth fastest woman in history, clocking 11.31 seconds, to finish fifth in round one, talking about hits. And it's not looking good for her, apparently, considering she missed out at the Olympics, Tokyo Olympics, due to the ban following a marijuana use. And she has also been embroiled in various controversies over the last 1 year. So Sha'Carri Richardson still struggling and battling with so much. Talking about the U.S. trials for other athletes, rather, you had Chris Coleman, that's the defending champion for the 100 meters, easily winning his heat in 10.08 seconds. Allyson Felix, who will be retiring at the end of the season, also won a 400 meters heat in 52.30 seconds to make it through to the second round. And then for Sha'Carri Richardson or US, definitely Richardson will be missed at the World Championships when it comes to the 100 meters event. For the 100 meters event, when it comes to Jamaica, the Jamaican trials are also ongoing, and the likes of Shelley and Fraser Price did not have issues in terms of qualifying for the next round. She won her heats with relative ease. Same thing with Shericka Jackson as well as Elaine Thompson, who all progressed into the next round. You also have Yuan Blake, the former world champion, also making going through when it comes to his own round. That's in that category, the 100 meters precisely. So it's still Jamaica to beat when it comes to 100 meters, especially the women's game. Let's see how that pans out at the end of the day. Moving away from US, let's talk about Nigerian athletics. As I said, this is the window for the trials, and virtually all nations are having their trials for the World Championship at this time. I've talked about Jamaica, I've talked about the United States. Nigeria is also having its trials. Edo State is the venue. Benin is the city where the top athletes in Nigeria are converging to also, have the trials that would determine those that will represent the country when it comes to the World Championships. This is also a Commonwealth Games trials, it must be said, for Nigeria, a Commonwealth Games trials as well. So athletes who perform well here will represent Nigeria both at the World Championship as well as the Commonwealth Games coming up in Birmingham later this year. And you have the top stars there. You have Toby Amuson, who posted, an African record when it comes to the 100 meters hurdles, 12.41 seconds, that is. She's right there as well. So many athletes, we really can't, just list out the names. Let's just hope that the very best represents us when it comes to, the World Championship. It's all about Paulo Banchero, who has been, picked up by the Orlando Magic, and this is coming following, a great season he had with Duke University, it must be said. He is the first Duke player to register 20-plus points as well as 10-plus rebounds in the final four games since 1989. And for, the player talking about Banchero, it's just a phenomenal way to cap what has been a great year for him. So it's Orlando Magic who picks him up as the overall top draft for the 2022 class. Let's see how he fares in the NBA. The 6'10" power forward would definitely be a handful when it comes to the defense of various franchises in the NBA. You can't rule that out. That he's got the potentials. It's about the discipline and the commitment to see through the potential he has. But you can rest assured that Orlando Magic would have a field day, and this is good for Orlando Magic considering that building a new roster, so to speak. So it's the former Duke University player who is the top pick. Let's see how it fares. Zion Williamson was the top pick about 3 years ago, but injury worries have curtailed his progress in the league, while Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies has shone like a million stars, even picking up the Rookie of the Year as well as the Most Improved and going on to make an All-Star appearance. So let's see how Paolo Banchero would fare when it comes to the NBA. Still talking about basketball, let's talk about the trade. Yes, remember, it's all about the trade agency at this point in time too. The latest is the New York Knicks. Yes, the franchise, supported by Spike Lee, would now have Kemba Walker out of the roster, and that's because he has been traded to Detroit Pistons in a 3-team trade. That also involves Charlotte Hornets, in the mix as well. And Kemba Walker, that's the former Boston guard, as well as the Detroit Pistons, are expected to discuss a contract buyout to enable him become a free agent. Again, so many permutations here and there, especially for other franchises like Brooklyn Nets, who still have the controversy or the worry of Kyrie Irving's deal to contend with. Not forgetting the Los Angeles Lakers as well, who still have to battle with that. Talking about who comes in, especially to build a roster around the likes of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, as well as Russell Westbrook. Well, let's move away from there now and talk about the third Grand Slam of the year in the world of tennis, and that's the Wimbledon. Yes, all whites, if you want to call it that. It starts on the 27th of June, which is just about 4 or 5 days away. Yeah, 4 days away, Monday precisely. The latest about the tournament is the draws have been made and it's official. And when it comes to the openers, you have so many great matchups here and there. For Raducanu, who just appeared on your screen, she'll be taking on Alison van Uytvanck of Belgium in the first round, while Serena Williams, who will be gunning for an 8th title, having won Wimbledon 7 times, would would start against Amaury Tan of France. Now, this is an interesting matchup. In the women's category as well, world number 1, Iga Swiatek will take on Jana Fett of Croatia, who is a qualifier, by the way. And there on your screen, you have the ticket prices for match day 1 to 14 for various courts. Center courts definitely will go for a higher price, and there you have it, £75. For court 1, which is the next big court to center court, that goes for £70. Court 2, the prices all through. So for those who are willing to still purchase last minute tickets, the prices are definitely up there for everyone to go through. In the men's category, defending champion Novak Djokovic would kick off his title defense against Kwon Sun Woo, and that should be a routine win for Novak Djokovic, but you never can tell if Kwon Sun Woo will be able to pull the chestnut out of the fire. Rafael Nadal as well will be gunning for a 23rd Grand Slam title. There he is on your screen, and he will be taking on Francisco Corredelo as well in the first round. So many matches to look forward to for the British faithfuls. They will be hoping on Andy Murray to be able to get past Australia's James Duckworth when it comes to his own opener at the SW19, as the grounds of Wimbledon are known as. FIFA has expanded, match day squads to 26 for the Qatar World Cup. What do you think about this?
Well, I think FIFA is doing this because of what they call the attaining flexibility about the uniqueness of the timing of the
World Cup
competition.
Okay.
So that because it falls on an unusual time. Due to the COVID-19, coronavirus, and all other things. So that's why the FIFA is coming up with this. And just to remind you that in 2020, I think 2 years ago, UEFA adopted the same unique process too.
Yes.
By making players to be more than 23,
yes,
of which they had before. Making them to be 26. The same style FIFA 2 is adopting now, just because of the uniquely of the flexibility of the time of the tournament that is going to be, I think, from November 21 to December 18.
Yes. So you think it's a good step in the right direction, considering the players, the coaches would have at least 15 players on the bench, and one of them have to be medical personnel?
Yes, definitely. There are some other things that FIFA appeal for this to be on ground, because apart from that, you know, it was 12 substitute before.
Yes.
But now additional 15 has been.
Yes, additional
has been
3.
added. Additional 3 has been added, making it to be 15. And at the same time, you know, the substitute, the normal player for the tournament supposed to be 23.
Yes.
Before it was 22. That was after the 2002 Korea and Japan World Cup. So, but before that time it was already 22, but now it's 23. So this time around, because of the timing, the additional 3 has to be put on.
Okay, that's great.